The Zorthan Empire thought they had caught a weak target when they captured a small Earth scout ship drifting near the edge of Sector 9. Only one human was aboard, Lieutenant Mark Rayner. No weapons, no defenses, and no resistance. The Zorthans mocked his silence, thinking him afraid. They locked him in a cold metal cell deep inside their dreadnought, not realizing they had just made a terrible mistake. Mark wasn't just a pilot, he was part of Earth's emergency recon protocol, and the moment his ship was taken, a silent alert was sent across light years to Earth's Black Ops Command. Hidden as on Earth, activated without a word, and entire fleets vanished from hidden bases in Saturn's shadow. Back on the Zorthan ship, Mark studied every sound, every pattern of guard shifts, every flicker of power in the walls. He said nothing, but his eyes missed nothing. The Zorthans thought the war hadn't started yet. But Mark knew better. The first move had already been played. Earth didn't rage. Earth calculated, and somewhere far across the void, machines of war were already on the move, not for rescue, but for reckoning. The Zorthans had taken one man. Earth was about to answer. The Zorthans continued their routine, unaware that their time was running out. While Mark Rayner sat quietly in his cell, Earth was already moving like a ghost in the dark. No news broadcasts, no official statements, just silence. Earth's warships, black as space, left hidden docks one by one. II drones disabled Zorthan communication satellites, making it look like technical glitches. Spy units slipped into border worlds, blending into shadows. Mark, still locked away, listened carefully. He noticed fewer guards, longer delays in food delivery, flickers in the lights, tiny signs of something big coming. When a Zorthan officer tried to interrogate him again, Mark only whispered, "You should have left me floating." Across the galaxy, key Zorthan patrols started vanishing. Their messages never reached home. At first, the Empire believed it was just space interference. But within hours, entire relay stations went dark. Back on the dreadnought, the captain laughed at Earth's silence, calling it weakness. But Mark knew that was never Earth's way. Earth didn't shout. Earth prepared. And when the lights above his cell dimmed again, this time followed by a distant vibration deep in the ship's hull, Mark leaned back with a slow grin. The storm was coming, and it would not ask permission. The first Zorthan station fell without a single shot, systems fried, guards unconscious, power drained in seconds. No survivors knew how it happened. Across the sector, chaos spread as Earth's invisible fleet moved with precision, striking key points like a surgeon with a blade. Zorthan commanders panicked, unable to contact their own outposts. On the dreadnought, alarms screamed without reason. Lights flickered. Doors jammed. Mark Rayner, now left unguarded in the confusion, bit down on a small molar cap in his mouth, triggering a micropulse that shorted his cell's lock. He stepped out into the chaos, blending in with the emergency crews as smoke filled the hallways. Meanwhile, Earth satellites hijacked Zorthan broadcasts, showing the galaxy everything: war crimes, secret experiments, civilian massacres the Empire had hidden for decades. The galaxy watched in horror. Support for the Zorthans began to crack. Inside the command deck, Mark slipped past guards and planted a signal beacon, marking the ship for Earth's fleet. Outside, 2 human stealth cruisers uncloaked and fired EMP rounds, paralyzing the dreadnought. Mark's voice echoed over comms, "We don't forget. We don't run. And we don't need armies to break empires." The reckoning had begun, and no one could stop it now. The fall of the Zorthan Empire did not come with a loud explosion. It came with silence, betrayal, and fear. As Earth's digital warfare division locked down their networks, Zorthan leaders found their own ships turning against them. AI cores were corrupted, supply routes vanished, and trusted officers began defecting, leaking files that showed the true face of the Empire. The galaxy watched in shock as over 40 alien species came forward with proof of abuse, lies, and mass control. Riots broke out on Zorthan-controlled worlds. Earth didn't send armies to hold planets, they sent engineers and medics, food and power, and messages of truth. One by one, the Empire's allies switched sides, not because of fear, but because they had seen who really fought for freedom. Back on the dreadnought, Mark Rayner walked calmly through the ruined corridors as Zorthan officers argued over what little power they had left. He reached the main command bridge and connected a small Earth device to their central console. Within seconds, the entire ship's systems were under Earth's control. Outside, Earth's flagship, the Horizon Blade, arrived and hovered silently above the planet of Zorith Prime. No warning, no declaration, just presence. The Zorthan High Council begged for a meeting, but Earth did not speak through diplomats anymore. They sent Mark. He entered their grand chamber with no weapons, only a small data cube. He placed it on the table and let them watch their crimes unfold. No threats. Just truth. And the truth was enough to break them. Across the stars, Zorthan flags fell. Resistance turned to rebellion. Systems once ruled by fear opened their doors to Earth. The Empire collapsed, not because it was destroyed, but because everyone finally saw it for what it really was. Earth hadn't conquered. Earth had revealed. Mark Rayner didn't return to Earth as a war hero. He returned as a symbol. The man who had been taken without resistance, who had sat quietly in a prison cell, had become the spark that brought an empire to its knees. He walked through Earth's spaceport without guards or applause, just silent nods from those who now understood the weight of quiet strength. Across the galaxy, his name was whispered in awe, not for his power, but for what followed him. The Zorthan Empire no longer existed. Its capital was now under a joint council of liberated species, and its vast war fleet had been dismantled or surrendered. Earth never raised its flag on conquered soil. Instead, they helped others raise their own. But behind the quiet rebuilding, the message was clear: no one touches a human without consequence. Mark had done more than escape. He had exposed a system built on lies. The galaxy changed because one man refused to break, and his silence echoed louder than any weapon. In schools across the stars, children were taught about the day a human prisoner shook the foundations of tyranny. Some said Earth planned it all. Others believed it was just fate. But those who knew the truth, those who saw the way Earth responded with precision and without mercy, understood the real lesson. Earth didn't want war, but it remembered everything. The Zorthans took one man thinking they could show dominance. Instead, they showed the galaxy why Earth was feared, why humans were never to be underestimated, and why silence from Earth was the most dangerous warning of all. Mark never claimed glory, never spoke of what he did. He didn't have to. The fall of an empire already spoke for him forever.